for people that have only been around the space for the last 5 or 10 years, it's easy to take for granted that SaaS and public cloud have always been this mature, well-established industry that's easy to navigate. But back to a time in the early to mid 2000s where a lot of IT managers were really fearful of cloud.
Definitely.
Some rightly so, some were trying to protect their job security, but there was this real battle of the wills and philosophies about client server versus trusting your data in the cloud and SaaS. And I imagine in the early days with this, it took a lot of time and energy to advance the value proposition and educate and build trust with different kinds of segments that needed to take this a lot more seriously to where we got to today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the debate still rages on in some ways, public cloud versus private cloud. And I think people have resigned themselves that you need to use some kind of level of virtualization on your server so that you can maximize its use versus a server that's just dedicated to a single application. I think virtualization has proven its mettle over the last 20 years. But certainly the debate rages on between public cloud and private cloud, although undoubtedly people are a lot more comfortable with public cloud. But I go back to go-to-market and messaging and focusing on the use case. This is where sometimes as marketers, we kind of gloss over it. We don't focus on the use case. We focus on the features. And, whether it's public cloud or private cloud, to me, that's a feature. The real value is going to be what is the use case that is being used, and then that technology will find itself. I mean, we'll be able to figure out what technology we use, whether it's private cloud, public cloud, and it really depends on what your use case is and what you want out of your application.
Yeah, for sure. And there's this always you don't know what you don't know, and figuring out the segmentation, figuring out the product market fit and the go-to-market fit. I've watched some really, really well-established companies in traditional software, and in SaaS, the 1.0 version, they were trying to sell to end users. The 2.0 version, channel partners were essential. They completely, you're always figuring this out. And without it, you just flounder around. So there's this constant need for iterations and cycles. And a lot of what I end up talking with people about is that not only the historical patterns on what's worked for sales and marketing and customer success and account management and product and channel partnerships, but where it's headed next, and kind of looking into the crystal ball. But I think a great place to go next